I mean, the point is that
what are you not tracking here? You, as a man, should not have a say when you are not personally taking on a pregnancy. No, you didn't strike it down. You literally just said Roe v. Wade, which again doesn't negate what I said. I said there shouldn't be a law about it at all.
Yeah, I mean, well, you said there should be no law about it at all, so you disagree with Roe v. Wade,
No, Roe v. Wade was about rights of privacy. That is fine. That had nothing to do with actual abortion. Abortion just happens to fall under that. So it was not an abortion law.
I need to clarify.
It was not an abortion law. It was a right to privacy law.
Roe v. Wade
it was literally a decision made by the Supreme Court for the right to privacy, which just happens to encompass abortions because they are a medical procedure.
Roe v. Wade was not a HIPAA case.
When did I say it was a HIPAA case? You said that. I didn't say that.
You're saying it's a right to privacy.
Yes, a right to privacy. Where in that statement did I say HIPAA?
It's implied. So
how is it implied? How is it implied?
You said what?
How is it implied?
Yeah, because you said right to privacy.
Yeah, right to privacy. Does that always mean medicine?
Yeah. You realize that HIPAA is a medical right to privacy.
Yes, I do. But again, you're the one bringing up HIPAA. You again, Roe v. Wade was a right to privacy. That's literally what they ruled on. Privacy between a woman and her doctor. Right to privacy in your house, right to privacy.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not a right to privacy. It's regarding personal circumstances that therefore constitute rights to privacy, specifically regarding abortions. It's not an overall general right to privacy case. You understand that, right?
Right, but again, it's about medicine being a right to privacy. Right to privacy. Yes, it does. That's literally what it's based on.
Listen. There's a very fine line, right? Like, for example, if I said I'm going to get like a rhinoplasty, that's not medicine, right? That's a cosmetic surgery. Medicine is meant to treat individuals, in the kind of way that would enhance their medical life, not to terminate a child inside utero. The act of taking a life is not medicine.
That's your opinion. Again,
not at all.
Yes, it is your opinion. When they can actually do it for medical reasons, then no, it's not. It's just your opinion.
When does life begin?
I don't care.
You don't. So you're just.
No, I don't, because conception is just when they consider that. But there's no guarantee that life is even going to make it. As a matter of fact, most parents don't make it. Will you shut up? The reason most people don't even make their pregnancies to the end. A lot of conception does not result in a successful pregnancy. So no, just because conception is when things start does not mean that it's a guaranteed life, nor does it mean it has the right to utilize somebody else's body to come into existence when that person does not want them to do so.
So you're utilizing the fact that individuals could potentially, unalive from like circumstances that like.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm simply no. You're making every pregnancy sound as if it's a guaranteed life, and that's not the case. I'm simply adding realism to what you're saying. What I'm saying is, it does not matter if it starts at conception, because again, you don't have the right to use your child's kidney whenever you want after they're born, because yours might be failing, or vice versa. Your child can't make you give it its kidney. So the whole point is, the woman should not have to let a child feed off her and sustain its life when she does not want it to. It is literally the same scenario.
So do you believe that individuals who are what do they call AFib, like are they're allergic to like formula and stuff? Do you think that they have a right to their mother's body to utilize their like breastfed?
If it's to keep alive and it's already there, no, because there can be other women who can produce for it. There's other means.
Really? So you don't believe a mother is obligated to breastfeed your child?
No, I don't think that every woman should have to utilize her body to keep somebody else alive if she does not choose to.
So do you believe that?
Like I don't know why this ain't tracking for you.
Well, I mean, it's not tracking because you're saying that you're making a violinist argument. You're making the argument that an individual does not have an obligation to sustain another individual when it infringes upon their body.
Does your mother have the right to, or do you have the right to demand your mother's kidney?
I do not know.
Okay, so why does that apply to it? Why do you think that should apply to a fetus?
Right, so if I take my mother's kidney, she would be guaranteed to die. So what I would be doing would be 100% an unaliving case. So it would unalive her right? But when you perform an abortion,
a kidney does not unalive somebody. They have two. There's a reason. No, there's literally a reason we have kidney transplant, and people can donate their kidneys while being alive. You can survive with one. That's literally why they're there.
Yeah, sorry, I was just getting some pizza. I mean, we can continue this argument later. I could join back later, but I mean, right now we're
like, the fuck. Yeah, I don't support that, American nationalist. You're an idiot. That might be what you're into because that's what you all do is protect a pedophile, but that's not what I'm into. That's what you're into, but sure. What up, Chris? Hey, friend. How are you? Hey, Dan. Hey, nephew. Benny and Chris, you guys are welcome to come hang out if you want. Yeah, you being black and supporting Trump doesn't mean that it was a good thing. And 90% of the black population voted for Trump. So I don't really, you're still a minority group in that situation. And I'm not pandering just because I realize the problems in our country that have to deal with black people. You being oblivious to it or trying to defend it is weird, but sure. Yeah, and the reason I know that Philly conservative is because I grew up with MAGA conservatives. They're the ones that raised me, and guess what? Every fucking one of them, all white of them, all thousands of them that I grew up around, all hate you. They won't pick you either. I promise. They want you back in chains. I can promise you that. I didn't tell you how to feel. Nowhere did I say you should know how to, or you should feel a certain way. I just said it's weird you're defending the guy who doesn't like y'all. I said it's weird. But I'm not here to talk about racism to black people. I'm here more to talk about it with white people, the ones who perpetrate it. If you want to talk about racism and white people, hey Tiffany, thanks for being here. I'll tap and share, tap and share. Let's see if we can get some people up. Is voting for someone based on skin color racist? Not if it's in a non-oppressive thing, then no, it's not racism if it's non-oppressive. Yeah, if you want to uplift black people by voting on them just based on the fact that they're black, I mean, I would hope that you at least look at their qualifications first, because that would be a little silly not to, because as the Philly conservative family there is sharing, it's kind of a bad idea. All right. All right, y'all. I guess we'll do some more music for a little bit. If not, I'll reset here in about 4 minutes. Exactly, Dr. Joe. It's only racist if you're doing it against the people that it's you're doing it to. Hi, nephew.
Hey, what's happening?
How are you? So how's things? I haven't talked to you in a while.
I haven't talked to anybody in a while. People are quite upset about it.
They'll be fine. They don't yell at me. They'll get over it.
That's how I felt about it. It'll buff out.
You gonna be at Christmas?
I think so. I think Aunt Stacy's having it.
Yeah, I'm not going to Eve.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Because somebody get hit.
Cyber. Yeah.
That's all there is to that.
Yeah.
And I already know who it would be too.
Yep. See, y'all, I raised most of my nieces and nephews right.
That dude get dropped, son.
Yeah, I raised most of my nieces and nephews right. One of them worries me a little bit, but that's okay.
Who's that, Michael?
No, your sister. Your sister, because who she married.
I figured it was Michael with all the Satanist stuff.
No, I could care less about that. MJB, are you over 21?
Yep. Are you?
Yeah, obviously. All right, what did you come up to talk about?
Sure. B is probably fun to talk about.
All right, why did you want to talk about that?
Sure. I think it's good to teach on this type of stuff in K-12, but I think what's important is that we talk about the whole stance, not just parts that just some people want to talk about.
Specifically, what do you mean? The fact that it's comprehensive, or like what part?
Like we should make sure we include the fact that homos, they have on average 500 partners and they're full of diseases and they rape people and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, except for that's not what happens. See, everybody, this is what ignorance gets you. It makes you look like an idiot in the middle of the internet.
It is what happens.
It's really terrible. Because I have never graped anybody, nor have I full of diseases. I've never had communicable disease. As a matter
You're
of
a
fact,
rapist.
That's what's crazy about it. And if you look at the stats, it's cishet white men, probably like you, who are the rapists in this community. So I'm going to go ahead and let you go and pretend that you are a normal person. Fucking weirdos. See, nephew?
I never understand where they get that from. They're like, oh, gay people rape kids or rape kids. I don't see where they get that.
It's projection as far as I can tell. Matter of fact, that stigma is why I never took you guys very many places growing up by myself.
Like, look at all your serial killers and stuff like that. Most of them are heterosexual people that are killing and raping.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my favorite thing too is like you'll be like, can you provide a study for that? And they'll be like, well, it's just obvious. I got vibes.
Right? It's like, no, it's not obvious, you dingbat.
Like I'm bisexual. My brother's gay. Neither one of us have like sexually assaulted anybody.
That's what I mean. I know quite a few people, and nobody has ever slandered their name.
My nephew, how many kids did I help raise?
Probably 9, 10.
And did any of them feel
No.
danger by me?
No. That's what I mean. We played tag all the time.
Right.
Like we hide and seek, tag,
Interesting.
get yelled at for not eating apples, the normal kid stuff.
Interesting.
You know how you're in the deconstruction for too long when you hear we played tag? I'm like, Dugald was running the tag argument on you?
No, not philosophical. He meant actual tag.
I was a wee little baby.
Archbishop. Yeah, and conservative family, nobody is saying anything about sleeping with each other K through 12. This is just why we know you all are ignorant about so many things. Because if that's what you think it's what we're talking about, that's what you think we're talking about, then you are an ignorant fool. Seriously.
And you don't know what we mean by comprehensive. I don't think they know what comprehensive means.
They don't. They really, really don't. Because they really think that just being gay is wrapped up in just who you fuck and how you do it.
Right.
And
what we mean by comprehensive is making sure that it's age appropriate. Like for example, here in Idaho, in 4th grade, they teach Idaho history. And so when you're teaching Idaho history and you're learning about famous people in Idaho, we'd include people that are part of the LGBTQIA+ community. That'd be included in that. when we're learning about health sciences, you'd be learning the appropriate things concerning the LGBTQIA plus community.
Right. Like Tommy sometimes might have two dads. Tommy might have two moms. Tommy might have a grandma. And that's it. Like, that's what we're talking about. And
they get of age where they, or if they get of age where they may be understanding their gender identity more, it might be, hey, Samuel might have gone by Samuel this year, but next year Samuel might go by Samantha.
Mm-hmm. Right. And it's not because Samuel was ever Samuel. He was always Samantha. We just didn't know it. That's all. Mm-hmm. Kids do not have a hard time understanding this shit. When my nephews found out that I was gay when they were little, it was
nothing
literally
changed.
Nothing. They were like, okay.
Cool. So I want some cereal. Like, I don't care. I'm hungry. Like, that was basically that. Like,
right.
Kids really don't care.
Right. And conservative family down there just being a bigot. Love the bigots. They're my favorite. But no, every single one of my nieces and nephews, whom I was very involved in raising, every one of them, as soon as they realized I was gay, they were like, oh, okay, cool. Most of them all knew when they were younger.
You're still making the grilled cheese, right?
Like, that was literally it.
Right.
Like, when he was babysitting and we were old enough and, like, he was taking care of us or watching us for the day or whatever. Like, we didn't care. Nobody cared.
Right. It's fucking crazy. It will be normative conservative. You'll have to accept it. It's okay. It's okay, little buddy. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. All right. Mike Smith, are you over 21?
Yes, sir. I'm 30.
Perfect. And what'd you come up to talk about?
So, quick question. I'm assuming you're pro-choice.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm pro men shutting the hell up and not having a word about it. Whether they like it or not, they can have an opinion. I don't care if they got an opinion. Just don't have a say.
The whole reason I asked was to see if you would be like, yes. Yeah. I'd be like, well, bro, you're not allowed to have an opinion. So
no, you can have an opinion. You just shouldn't be allowed to make any decision about it.
So, no, I just wanted to see if you were legit on what you were saying. So, no, that's cool. You actually follow what you say. I appreciate that. So, I guess we can talk with the first point.
Okay.
Why are there so many people of color that vote Republican if MAGA doesn't care about them?
What people of color voted for MAGA? Because 90% of the black population voted for Harris. And then the Hispanic people that voted for Harris or the Latino community, they're regretting the shit out of that now.
Well, I think, which I did see a report, I forgot where it was, that 15% of all immigrants voted Republican.
Yeah, which is what I'm saying. They all regret that now.
No, well, that's not actually true, but I mean, to say that.
It very much is. There are video after video of them all saying, I wish I hadn't done this. I wish I hadn't done this. I wish I hadn't voted for this. I didn't realize this is what he was doing. I thought he was just going after criminals. What's up, Chris? Yeah, so I mean, like they're not after the people they were originally after.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not. They're going after average, everyday people.
Mike,
can I ask you a question?
So let me get this point off real quick. So, yeah. I mean, we had the worst border crisis in American history. That got fixed under Trump, which we should all agree is a good thing, right? Or no?
Well, can I answer that question? Because according to the deportation numbers, he makes the claim, and I'm going to use his State of the Union address against him. Right, that he was going to execute the largest mass deportation operation since Operation Wetback. He's behind, if you take any president, either Biden, Obama, pick whatever term, and George Bush from their first term of January to now, he's behind. So if that's your criteria for fixing it, I mean, you might want to call Trump on the cell and be like, okay, well, you're not really doing mathematically a mass deportation. So Trump wouldn't even agree with you. To be honest.
No, absolutely no. They are working on, the whole deportation thing. True, but according to CBD,
that's what I'm referencing.
Yeah, we've had the lowest amount of. The border's been more secure under Trump. That's
So
what I'm
what
referring.
was
I'm not talking
Trump's
about.
claim, right? So Trump's claim that there were 16 million people here and he needs to deport them. But if he keeps going at this
So
rate, he might be lucky to finish 40% of Obama. So I kind of wanted you to address that part because mass deportation was like a big part, right? So he made that claim. I didn't make
so
that claim.
so then I'm confused. Then like how does so wait Trump and ICE are going after common day people,
Yeah.
you know,
They're not going
everyday
after
Yeah,
people,
I
discriminants.
can,
but they're
going
not.
after
I can give
But they're
you.
not. But wait, but they're not deporting enough. Which one is
Yeah.
it?
They can
Yeah,
do
so
both. You can
it's
attack
it's
everyday
actually
people
both.
while deporting people.
So
What?
that shows
It's
that
both.
Trump is
Can I
that shows
give
that
you the
Trump is
math?
actually more pro.
Dude,
Can I give you
stop,
the
Mike.
math?
Like you.
Mike.
That shows that
First,
he's
hold
pro
on, hold on,
Mike, I'm about
Mike.
to give you the.
immigrants.
Oh my God,
Hey,
Mike.
Mike.
All right.
You steamrolling, right? Okay, cool. So, according to the Cato Institute, according to the DHS, and according to the CIA, we have a 14. The number was 1,100 in July. It's now 1,400% increase of Fourth Amendment violations of people's residences that are citizens, people under temporary protected status, and asylum seekers. Mike, if you would have shut the hell up, I would have read you this data about 5 minutes ago.
Right.
So ICE ran out of money in July, which is part of the reason for the longest government shutdown in U.S. history, because they had to borrow $500 billion. So yeah, two things are happening at the same time: lower deportations, but increase in legal people getting their residences raided. Congratulations, you're wasting my tax money to get nothing productive.
Nothing productive.
Yeah, so I hate the MAGA tactic. When we have the data, they automatically ask the question, answer it, and think we're not going to fact check it. Mike, you are not impressive. George Bush, no child left behind alumni. Fact checked.
Right. Like what kills me is I don't think any of these people can walk and chew gum at the same time, because they often tell me things that cannot happen at the same time that quite literally can happen at the same time all the time. Like, you can deport people while attacking everyday people. Like,
yeah, and I'm going to add a third one. We're going to call it the holy trinity of mediocrity. If you looked at the charts of like the amount of migrants that are getting, hassled, that have a criminal record, barely any of them do. But you got a president that's pardoning the ex-president of Honduras that's quite literally smuggling 400 tons of the sea drug into the country, pardoning the Binance guy that was linked to child trafficking, Silk Road, 1,500 January 6ers, and you got almost 5,000 mass pupewings on the year. Come on, Mike. You got to make a better argument than that, bro.
right. And I love it just because people disagree with Trump that makes them have TDS somehow. No, when a guy is a piece of shit, he's a piece of shit. We don't have to be deranged to know that. Like, it's such a stupid thing to call people.
That's such a MAGA tactic. They ask the question, answer it quickly, and think we're just not going to respond to it.
Right. It's quite amusing most days. Some days it's frustrating. All right, keep tapping, keep sharing, y'all. Let's get up to 10K with a quickness if we can, so we can get some more people in here. So we can actually have conversations. And I do want to have conversations. Fact of the matter is, though, like, I don't deal well with the steamrolling. Don't fucking steamroll me. I'm not fucking stupid. I know how to read.
Right, like, if you're going to make a claim, we reserve the right to fact check. I know Trump said he hates the educated, but I mean...
Right. I mean, how can you literally hear a man say, I hate or I love the uneducated, and his entire base is his base? Like, y'all don't know how to put two and two together. He's literally calling y'all dumb, and you don't care.
I was talking to one of the apprentices, not yesterday, it was last week sometime, and he just graduated high school. And did you know a 55% is a D?
I
Where?
thought that was failing.
Yeah.
55% was a D. Anything under 55% was failing.
So they lowered the bar?
Way down.
I thought anything below a 60 was failing.
When I graduated, anything under a 70 was failing. 69 and below was an F. And they lowered it down to a 55 now.
And he even said, smart people don't like me. You're right. You're right, Queen. So combine that with I love the uneducated, and you all still don't get that he called you stupid to your face? Literally called
Well,
you
no,
stupid to your face.
George Bush did a Dick and did
Well,
it.
that's because they're stupid. They can't understand it.
Right? Oh, here we go. All right, Uncle MAGA. Are you ever 21?
Sure am, dude.
Perfect. Which topic did you come up for?
Yeah, about white supremacy.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard Trump say anything positive about white people?
Why would he have to say something positive about white people for him to be
Because he's
white
a supremacist.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, I would think if you were a supremacist.
And remember, I didn't say Trump specifically. I say MAGA there, right? MAGA, not just Trump.
Well, Trump is MAGA, right?
Well, Trump is also a racist.
But so he believes white people are superior. Is that what you're saying?
No, he's a racist. I don't know what he thinks about white people. It doesn't matter.
Well, you're saying to be a racist, you would have to believe you're superior.
No, you don't.
That's where
you can just
supremacy
hate
comes
black
from.
people and be white, and because you're white, and that means you're part of the oppressive class, that would mean you are racist.
So why do you hate them? Why do you hate
You
them?
can hate people for all kinds of reasons. I don't know your reasons. Why do you
Because
hate
they're
black people?
because they're less than you, right? That's why people hate.
No, they're not less
because
than me.
they
Is that
believe
what you
they're
think
better.
they are? Do you think they're
That's
better?
what racism is the belief that you're better.
Maybe you do think you're better. It doesn't matter though. It doesn't mean you think all white people are.
To be a racist, yeah, you would believe all white people are better.
Not necessarily. Hey Jeff,
Well, what is racism?
I just told you. Hi Jeff, go ahead.
I mean,
And Cyber.
Racism is just the excuse the white people use to try to funnel other people into a free and cheap labor force.
Pretty much.
How? How do they do that? By teaching all the white people that what?
Hey Eric.
That black people are less than human.
Right. So they're worse than us, right? That's what they say. That's
not
what a
what they
racist would say.
No, again,
that's not what they say.
That white people are superior. That's what they believe, right?
well, let me ask you a quick question real quick, Uncle. If there is somebody who's, I don't know, maybe named Nick Fuentes, and they're openly racist, and then you are the most powerful man in the world, and you dine with this person, and you make it a point to do so, what do you message do you think that sends to the rest of the world?
It means that you're open to have dialogue with even people you might disagree with. Like, I mean, dude, we have conversations.
Do that
with
in the White House. You
adversaries
don't do
all
it in
the
a
time.
private dinner. You do that in the White House, not at a private dinner
Well,
where
he wasn't
nobody
in the
hears or
White
sees
House.
anything.
He wasn't in the White House.
Then you
when they
don't
met.
have that kind of meeting with a white supremacist behind closed doors.
Why not?
Because it's sketchy as fuck.
Sketchy to who?
Everybody who understands what racism is by a white supremacist.
So what does a white supremacist believe? That's the root of
I
what I'm
just
asking.
told you, a white supremacist
they're
does
better,
do.
right?
Oh my god, dude.
Listen,
That they're supremo.
listen. I just explained it to you. I don't know if it went out of your brain, but just out of
It didn't make
curiosity,
sense. It didn't make sense. You
which
just
part-
said
hold
you
on,
said
that's
what
fine.
the
Hold on,
outcome
time out.
of it is.
Hey, wait.
Just relax.
Which part confused you?
The part where I asked a question where I said, "Do racist or white
I can't
supremacists believe?"
help you.
Hold on.
I
Let me
can't-
get the
hold on.
question out.
No,
pal.
no.
Jesus Christ.
Listen,
Are
Because
they?
that question's
You're not-
framed wrong.
you're not-
It's not right.
you're not understanding. I asked you which part confused you, and you said your question. I
The
can't
part
help.
where you didn't answer my question.
Okay,
Where you
which part
just
of your
said what the
question?
outcome of racism is.
That's not what I said. What was the question that you asked?
I'm asking the host if white supremacists believe that they are better
I already
than
said
other
no to-
people.
We
Wait,
already
that-
talked
that
about it.
question-
You did not say that before. You said, do racists think that? White
Yeah,
supremacists do think
racist, same shit.
Hold on,
that.
hold
No,
on.
it's not.
Real quick. That question was asked and answered, and I said not necessarily. So what part of not necessarily confused you?
Well, okay, so not necessarily, but sometimes.
Yeah.
So
That's
can
what
you
not
point me
necessarily-
to a time where Trump said white people are cool, they're better,
You
they're
don't have to
good.
proclaim that
I got
to
you.
be a racist.
Has that ever happened?
Dugald, I got you.
All right.
I cannot. Now we're worried.
So he's not a white supremacist.
Oh, okay. So you don't understand what not necessarily means. Okay, cool.
I understand what not
English,
necessarily
English,
means.
Hold on. Is English your first language?
What the fuck? Of course, dude. I
seem
live in
to be
America.
having trouble
What
tracking.
kind
Okay,
of
good.
stupid
Good.
question? We're having a conversation, dude. Why
What
are you
does not-
talking about just random shit?
Because you don't seem to be tracking.
You're demonstrating. You're demonstrating that
No,
you don't
I'm
know.
poking a hole through.
I don't
your
know.
argument.
I don't know why it is that you're talking while I'm talking. That doesn't
The same
seem
reason
civilized.
you talk while I talk, pal.
No, I don't talk while you talk. I mute.
No, you have.
I got it,
Like,
Jeff.
see,
Go ahead.
now I'm not talking while you're
Yeah.
talking. See, it's very simple.
See?
The question
child,
is
see?
the question is why are you fighting the mute button? That seems like you're crashing out.
That's childish.
What does not necessarily mean?
It means not 100% of the time.
Okay. So now, as an intellectual exercise, tell me why your question requiring Donald Trump to say something nice about white people is inane.
Because it would be the majority of the time someone is a white supremacist, they believe that they are superior, right? You
Wrong.
disagree with that?
I disagree.
Just because you say not necessarily doesn't mean
Hold on.
it's true, pal.
Okay, cool. So then tell me something that the progenitors of racism said nice about white people.
The progenitors of racism
Yeah, because
said
we
about
know
white
who they
people?
are. Their actual names. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
what's
did
their
say
names? Who are you talking about in particular?
Sure. I'll give you two names. The first one is Gomez de Zerara, and the second one is Pope Nicholas V.
Yeah, I have no clue who the fuck these guys are, and they're totally irrelevant to 2025.
Wait, hold on. If they started the transatlantic slave trade and they believed that black people were to be enslaved, do you think they were white supremacists? Yes or no?
No.
They weren't white supremacists.
No.
You're saying the people who racialized.
Gomez? You're saying a guy named Gomez is a white supremacist?
I'm just gonna start.
Was he white? Was he a white guy?
Yes. Gomez
Yeah, okay.
is the reason that you can consider yourself white. You can laugh, but
Right,
the laugh is
totally.
just telling me that you don't read.
Yeah, I don't read Gomez's thoughts from how many years ago are we talking?
He wrote
400,
them down.
600?
He literally wrote them down.
Listen.
Oh,
Uncle
okay. I
Maga,
should have read that.
Uncle Maga, if somebody wrote a book and that book was the blueprint for the social construct that we call race, would you say that they would be relevant to a discussion about race?
Possibly, if you want to talk about historically, years and years ago, when people didn't even know to wash their hands after taking a dump. Sure.
Okay. How is the structure of race today different from the structure of race that was laid out by Gomez de Zerara?
We do not enslave Africans and take them to the new world anymore. It's a different time. We actually have the internet where we can argue with chodes.
Okay, so the question confused you because I didn't ask you anything about slavery. I asked you about the structure of race.
Yeah, what he was talking about is not relevant 600 years later.
So the question again is, what is the difference between the structure of race set up by Gomez de Zerara and the structure of race as it exists today?
Well, what's the structure of race today?
So you don't know either of them? Why are you here talking
Just answer
about
the question,
race?
pal. What's the structure of race?
It sounds like you're answering my question.
Oh my
With
God,
a
dude. You
question.
circled.
No, listen.
Circled.
I asked you a question, right? You said it wasn't relevant. So I'm asking you if there's a difference that you can identify between the structure of race as set up by Gomez de Zerara and the structure of race as it exists today. If you don't have an answer to that, just say, I don't know. That answer is available for you to select.
Well, what are the parameters to the structures that has changed in the last 600 years, pal? Like, Jesus Christ, you don't have to be a cocksucker.
That was the most white boy thing you could have said. I make fun of that shit all the time.
So that
Pal.
makes sense, right?
It's just
The
funny.
inquiry.
It's just funny.
Listen, neckbeard. Listen,
It's just
neckbeard.
funny.
What's the difference in the
It's just
structure of
fucking funny.
race? It's so funny.
Okay, Uncle Maga. It sounds like you look. You're
No,
not
it sounds
equipped for this. It sounds like you're not equipped for this. No, you're right. You're right. I asked a question, and then you asked me
Sure.
to give you the information
You
for the
asked me a
question.
question.
This is
We're
this
asking
is like
questions.
this is like when
No one's
okay.
answering
What?
questions.
How about this? You can come back up when you learn some home training. Okay. So it sounds like you went to class and you want to look off the other person's paper while simultaneously calling that person stupid. I don't know how you think you can be part of a conversation about something
When you don't know shit.
that you don't know anything about.
Like, go read a book. That's all I want. Just read a fucking book. Like, you didn't even know who started this shit. You didn't know where it came from. You don't know how you even participate in it. Like, y'all are weird. Y'all are fucking weird.
I haven't talked to this cat in a minute. I'll see if he has the stones to come up here.
Oh, Durden.
Nobody cares what he says.
No.
But I just wanted to know if he had the.
Durden, I promise
phone.
nobody will kick you, Durden, and nobody will mute you either.
He is a walking, talking embarrassment.
Jeff, go ahead, Jeff.
No, go ahead, Cyber. You got it.
I was just going to say, I know you've heard me say it before, but Jeff's the type of guy where if we were discussing whether or not my real name was Nick, I just wouldn't debate that with him. I know I'm going to lose. I'm just going to lose.
All right, Durden, you were glazing the other guy who was up here. I assume you think he won. What is the difference between the structure of race as set up by Gomez de Zurara and the structure of race as it exists today?
There's no difference. I mean, there's no difference, and I'll tell you the reasons why.
Okay, cool. No, that's all I needed. That's all I needed. The reason that's all I needed is because that was the question I asked him. And do you know what point I was trying to make?
Obviously not, Jeff.
Okay. That last person was requiring us to show that Donald Trump had said something nice about white people to establish whether or not he was a white supremacist. Conversely, Gomez de Zurara said zero nice things about white people when he established the system of race, and he was a white supremacist. He was like the original white supremacist. Do you see the point?
So I'm kind of curious. What makes Donald Trump a white supremacist or a racist when his son-in-law is a Jewish man? I mean, I'm kind of confused.
Whoa, Jewish is not a race, first of all.
Yeah.
Actually, it is.
It's not.
No,
it's
it's
an
an
ethnic.
ethnic
It's
religion.
an ethnic group.
Yes, it
It's
is.
not a.
Durden's Razor, I want you to know that when you say that Jewish people are a race, you're just agreeing with Yahtzees.
Right.
Sure.
Okay. They're not a race. They're an ethnic group.
Well, you're agreeing
It's
with
different.
it's just not you're agreeing with replacement theology. So yeah, I mean, by all
No.
means, you want to continue with it? Go ahead.
No. You're
Yeah,
agreeing
you
with.
literally are.
I don't know why it is that you. So you're going to complain about being muted, but you're talking while I'm talking, right?
Well,
You're
I didn't
agreeing.
complain
It's
about
the,
being
I don't. Again, you're doing it. Just disengage your vocal cords. It's very simple. Just wait your turn. So the Yahtzees socially tried to racialize Jewish people. That's who you're agreeing with.
No, actually, I'm not. They
So
were
the-
a people. They were a people before the Nazis ever existed.
They were an ethnicity and a religion, and
Okay.
sometimes those two in conjunct. That's not what race is.
It's irrelevant what you proclaim or what
No,
your
it's not
opinion.
about
That's
proclaiming.
irrelevant.
It's literally what it
proclaiming an
is.
opinion.
Okay,
It's
cool.
literally
So
not.
I'm wrong about what race is.
Okay, so
Amazing.
if you have a different DNA, what does that make you and I?
Two different humans.
Okay, so did you know that there's a gene inside that also in the Jewish people is completely different than what regular individuals have? Did you know
Regular
that?
individuals? Listen.
Yeah, like your everyday Joes.
What about black Jewish people, since it's a religion?
It's the same thing.
So anybody who converts to Judaism receives DNA?
They're
No.
racially a different thing?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to shorten this up a little bit. Recognized races, and this is across the globe, mind you, white, black, or African American, American Indian or Alaska Native, Asian, Native Hawaiian, or Pacific Islander.
Sure.
Nowhere does it say Jewish.
Okay, so you're looking at a job application. is what
No,
you're-
I'm not. I'm looking at the recognized races in the world, not job
Okay, sure, yeah,
applications,
okay, sure.
not by employers,
Sure,
in the
sure.
world.
Sure. So the issue is like if you go to Israel itself and you apply for a job, they will literally ask you the same thing.
That's about their job applications. That doesn't designate what a race is. The job applications don't designate race. What are you talking about?
Actually, it is.
No,
in the
it's
gross-
not. They ask you if you're a race, and that's
If
their
that is
choice
not the
to do
case,
so.
then
They
why
don't
do
have to
get their
ask you
training?
that.
Yes, they do. Actually, they
my
do. If you actually talk to,
damn.
that's the reason why they're trying to find the 12 tribes in regards to the Jewish people outside of Gentiles. That's what
Who's
the
trying to
issue
find
is.
the 12 tribes? What are you talking about?
Okay, like for example, my best friend, he is his last name is Finkelstein, right? He's from Ohio, right? So he is of the tribe of Levi, right? He also was a part of the IDF. Here's the issue. They have actually discovered through DNA evidence that he is actually of the tribe of Levi. Because what they're doing is differentiating between the tribes to figure out who they belong to because they're trying to set up for the third temple. That is a fact.
I don't
That's not
listen.
a fact.
The thing
It
that
literally is a fact.
You're
Cyber.
talking
If
to
you're
a Jewish
you know what
person,
I'm
by the way.
No, I'm not.
You are. Cyber is a Jewish person.
I am
No, it's not.
Jewish.
Okay, sure he is. Then
Are you going to sit there and tell somebody
he
they're
should
not
know-
fucking?
then he
No,
should
no,
know-
no,
then
no.
he
You're
should-
not going to fucking do that. You're not about to
should
sit
know
there
what
and
I'm
tell a
talking
Jewish person that they're not fucking Jewish. How fucking disgusting do you have to be?
What's disgusting is
Shut up. That's fucking disgusting, dude.
what's
He is
disgusting is
Jewish.
you're entertaining it.
He's fucking Jewish.
Do you have evidence to support your claim?
He's fucking Jewish. He doesn't
Yeah, I'm
have to
Jewish too. I'm
prove
Jew-
that to
okay,
you,
I'm Jewish
dumbass.
too. I'm Jewish too.
Hell no.
Disprove I'm Jewish.
listen, Durden's razor.
Exactly.
I don't care about any of this. Race is not a DNA concept.
Actually, it is.
Race is not biological.
But race is biological.
Okay, great. So what is the black gene?
Yeah, what gene is it that makes that?
Okay, so for example, we'll talk about sickle cell. Okay, for example,
No.
Sickle cell is environmental. We'll start again. What is the
sickle
black
cell
gene?
is found inside of it. Sickle cell is found within inside of the African
So
American.
you're just
male.
racist as fuck.
Yeah, as far as it's
So
listen,
if you check the
Durden's
DNA,
razor,
you'll get
Durden's
exactly what I'm
razor.
talking about.
All right, we're just gonna mute you. Sickle cell is found among people who live in that region. White people get it too. My question to you is, what is the black gene? This is the second time I'm asking you.
I literally answered your question.
Sickle cell is
cell's
not a
black
gene.
gene. It's not a gene. Are you this dumb? Seriously?
So let's try for number 3.
I
What
said
is the
using
black
that as an
gene?
example. I use that as an example.
I asked you.
not an
hold on.
example.
So
I clearly said that at the beginning.
Durden's razor. I asked you what the black gene was, and you gave me an example of a medical condition. We're going to ask again. What is the black gene?
Well, you tell me there, know-it-all. Come on there, dictionary. Tell me. I don't know because I don't know.
Listen, Marshmallow Brain. I don't think that race is a genetic concept. You do. So since you do, please tell us, what is the black gene?
I literally said I do not know. What do you not comprehend about?
Okay, so then you don't have an identifier for black. What about the white gene? What is the white gene?
I go back to my original statement in regards to the black gene.
Okay, so there is no white gene that you know of. And it's almost impossible, since who is considered white has changed over time and changes sometimes from country to country. So you don't know the white gene. What about Asian? Is there an Asian gene that you know of?
I know that there's a Neanderthal gene found within inside of the DNA structure of the Asian population as of April of 2020.
Yeah, that's also not true. So
Actually,
now
it is. Maybe you should go back to look up
hold
at
on.
Science America. And check
Let me
it
just
out.
let me just be clear. Anything labeled a Neanderthal gene that's found is not limited or exclusive to one race.
Actually, yes, it is. And they have discovered. Yes, they have discovered. It was at 2020, April of 2020. They came out with a study. Go and look at it. If I'm not mistaken, it's Science America or something to that effect. It's something Science. I can't remember exactly which article it was.
All right. I'm gonna have you read a sentence. This is the article that you're talking about. And I want you to tell me what you think. I want you to tell me what you think it means. Wait. Did you say that's not the article?
Well, I mean, I haven't seen the article, so I'm
So how do you know it's not the article?
I'm pretty sure it's not the article.
Wait. Which article is it, and how are you sure it's not the article?
You've already conceded to not knowing the article, so all of a sudden here it is, you knowing the article.
So wait. This is very messy. You're saying it's not the article. You haven't seen it. And it's the article that is of the date and the actual claim you have. So now I'm not going to be generous. Now you're going to tell us the article.
Generous or not.
Now you're going to tell us the title of the article.
Right. You made the claim in the first place.
Neanderthal gene found in the Asian population. Yes.
Okay. Cool.
And
Google search.
What exactly does the Neanderthal gene have to do with race?
I'm sorry?
What does the Neanderthal gene have to do with race?
Okay, I want you to know that there is no article with that name.
Yes, there is.
Okay, cool. What is the PMID for it?
Well, I'm not around my computer right now, so I can't tell you.
So then you don't know that that's the article. We'll just go with mine.
Well, no, if I was around my computer, I could tell you. But I'm not
if ifs and buts were whatever the fuck they are,
just
you have evidence.
You cannot find it, just because you
wait. You said listen, marshmallow-brained buffoon. You told me what to type, so you can't find it. That's not my problem.
You're the one that's typing it. How can I not find it?
I'm typing. So you're saying, hold on. So you're saying the words are different when you type them?
Well, a simple.
When you type
instead of searching Google Scholar, instead of searching Google Scholar, go to Rego Scholar. You delete it.
Jeff, hold on. Hey, Jeff, I know what he's talking about now. He typed that into Google AI, and they gave him a YouTube video, and they gave him a summary of it that makes that claim, because nowhere else am I finding an article about that.
Correct. So the article that he's referring to is this one. Now, and it says higher levels of Neanderthal ancestry in East Asians than in Europeans. Does that mean that Europeans do not have Neanderthal ancestry? Does that mean that the Neanderthal ancestry is exclusive to Asians? Does that in any way act as a racial designator? The answer to all of those questions is no.
And he ran so far away. I was hoping to play with him. You know, Durden is one of those intellectually dishonest, racist maggot pricks. And I really wanted to dance with that one. But, you know, it would get into a very spicy screaming match, though.
Hey, Justin,
I did that. I did that because I feel like... Oh, no, go ahead, Justin. My bad.
No, sorry. I just came to remind everyone that Durden's the piece of shit that called my autistic son the R word when he was getting cooked because he couldn't handle the heat.
Oh, when the fuck was this?
He did do that?
Yeah, that's why he's blocked. He's never on my channel ever again.
Fucking disgusting is that?
Oh, Durden. No, bring that ass here, boy.
I'm up.
Oh, now I really want to fucking play with you.
I'm going to make it my personal mission. Anyway, listen, the only reason I did that
He's on the list.
Yeah, the only reason I did that is because all day today, every live I've gone to, I've been like regaled with stupid, and I can't have like a list of stupid that doesn't have Durden's razor on it. So as soon as I saw him, I'm like, I got to complete I got to catch them all. I got to get every last Pokemon today.
Him and that one guy that runs the Christian Live, Steven is his name. He debates atheists, and all he does is just make stupid arguments and then kicks them when he gets... Have you guys seen him? Darth Dawkins goes on his show a bunch.
I've seen him a couple of times. There's this new kid. I think his name is Ewan. It starts with an E. He's young though. Like I want to say like maybe between the ages of 19, 22. That boy don't know scripture from nothing. Using his own interpretation is bad.
Did we block?
Archbishop invited me.
Did we block him? Because I want to get his screen name and stuff.
I got you.
All right. Send all that to me in the Discord if you can, because I've got people that'll take care of all of that.
I'll just smack him up a bit.
And Jeff,
Not a
you
bit,
made
a lot of bit.
And
Yeah,
Jeff,
that-
you made a mistake.
Go ahead, Cyber.
Oh,
Go ahead. No.
I was going to say, Jeff, you made a mistake when you presupposed you knew what a PMID was.
You're right. I would have to establish that by argument or demonstration, and I had no hope. So I concede on that. You got me.
Well, Justin, I'm sorry that happened, and that is disgusting, by the way. And let's just say he won't be around these streets too much longer.
Yeah, it's on site with that clown.
Yeah.
I know that's right.
I'm talking about just these TikTok streets. There are plenty of people on the political side that I'm friends with that love to find these kind of people.
Dugald, see, baby, one thing about me, you know.
Oh, there he is. He wants
You
back
know.
up.
Oh, come on, bitch.
I don't know. I don't necessarily think I should subject Justin to that.
Fair. Durden, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about yourself. You should have been the cum that your mother swallowed. You are a piece of shit. You will always be a piece of shit. And you will never amount to anything in life. And you got me fucked up if you think I'm going to sit up here with your bitch ass and argue with you. Why the fuck would I argue with a senile, pathetic man whose G-spot is in his fucking asshole?
No, the emotion is because you deeply insulted somebody, a friend of mine, and I'm not about it. You're fucking disgusting.
The fact that you went after a fucking kid, that right there is enough for me to be dead ass.
Chat. Hanji, they're making me remove you.
I know.
Yeah. They didn't like Hanji saying that. So that's okay. Somebody do me a favor. Get a shot of Durden's profile for me. Send that to me. Discord it. There are plenty of people that'll find him.
And on to other people that we ought not be platforming. PMARS. I don't know if PMARS is in here, but don't platform PMARS. That guy is openly racist. He sent me a DM saying that it is virtuous for YT people to use the N-word with the hard R.
Yeah, you sent me a screenshot of that, and that's another motherfucker. He ever comes back in here again, I will block him too. And that's
I hear
one.
tell around these streets that PMARS had a why don't I have no friends meltdown the other day. I think that might be why though. Like that might contribute to it.
PMARS is well known in the Chatterbait streets, so I'm sure we can.
They can't keep me down forever.
Nope, not when
Page
you got
number
backups.
2.
Right, not when we got backups. Not when we got backups. All right, y'all.
Now, you know, it's funny that we're talking about PMARS though, because let me tell you, let's go ahead and talk a little something about PMARS, okay? Dark Knight can vouch for this. So I was on his panel, and PMARS was going on a tangent about how white tea is best. White or nothing. There's that in the third. And I told him point blank, I'm just like, PMARS, you know, you're talking a lot of shit about white this, white that, but you keep on sliding in my DMs. So Dark Knight goes and says to him, wait, PMARS, you trying to slide in Hanji's DMs? And I was like, yeah, PMARS, you know I'm a woman of color. You know I'm brown. I'm a black woman. You know what he says to me? He says to the panel, if I wasn't spoken for, he would shoot his shot.
I'm gonna be racist, but you know what?
Hello,
You know
baby.
what?
I'm not an exotic fruit. Don't try me.
You know what?
We're not gonna go there.
This is why on a daily, listen, I'm never shocked.
I'm not gonna be your Oxford study, darling. I'm not.
Right. I shouldn't say this. I'm never not shocked by the amount of just pure stupid and hypocrisy that comes out of a lot of people, especially those who lean right or are Christian or both. Depending. It's frustrating, sometimes amusing, and yeah, you all know this because you talk to the same people I do. And you know about the same shit I do. D Block, what do you mean what's happening here? What's wrong with what's the problem?
What's happening?
All I know is P. Mars is aiming at a basketball hoop that's like 5 miles away. I don't know what the hell he talking about. Shoot his shot.
Hello. That part.
Hold on a second, Sam. We'll get to you in just a second. I do want to address that. Yeah.
This isn't the panel for that, baby.
Not the panel,
Sorry.
buddy. I'm sorry. Xylitol, yeah. What Donald Trump, Donald Jimothy Trump, whatever the fuck you want to call him, whatever he said about Rob Reiner and his family was disgusting. It was beyond the pale, and I'm not shocked necessarily because this man says a lot of terrible things on a daily basis about a lot of people. Anybody who disagrees with him. Hey, Tiff.
Tiff is correct. Mm-hmm. Sorry, Jeff.
How am I going to argue with the truth, though?
Right. What are you going to do? You know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
I love women.
No, all right, guys. Tap and share. Let's get me up to 25K. I think we can do that in the next, 223 people? We can do that in 15 minutes, right? Sure we can. I don't know what the shares are at. You all have to tell me. I can't see those from studio. Are there tariffs?
The shares are at 12. Right. The taps are at 14.6. And you have 223 viewers. Congratulations.
Thank you. So the view or the shares, those can go way up. 12, those were all the ones I did when I started.
Yo, Chris, timeout in the corner. He said, is there tariffs on taps?
I saw it. There are tariffs on taps according to TikTok.
So,
Cyber, what are you showing me?
And real quick, before I hop off, so I'm at work. I work for Amazon. I'm about to hop off because I'm about to start delivering. I just want to show you the tote number I'm at right now. This is the tote number I'm on right now.
Got to get them numbers up.
So if you guys don't know, when your Amazon packages, this is what the back of our vans look like. You didn't know, your stuff comes in these totes, and we open them up, and they're full of packages.
Nice.
So I love that I'm going to hop down because I got to start driving again. I'm not going to TikTok and live, so.
All right, buddy. I appreciate you being here.
You too.
If you're not following Cyber, you really should be. Cyber Deconstruction is one of the many deconstructionists, along with Justin here next to me, Deconstruction Zone. Jeff dabbles in the deconstruction side along with politics, just like I do. And you should be following all of us. Just saying.
I'm just the heathen of a pagan that has a lot of atheist friends, and I float. I'm a floater. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Cyber's going live again starting next month. He has taken a little bit of a hiatus, but he'll be back next month. I do appreciate you, Cyber. Thank you for being here. All right, keep tapping, keep sharing, you all. Justin, I haven't talked to you in a while. How are you, friend?
Buddy, I've been busy, but I can't complain.
Well, that's good. How's the... Benny's told me that you're working on stuff. How's it going behind the scenes?
You know, not too bad. I'm starting to outsource a couple tasks, so I'm starting to get a little bit of free time, which is nice.
Nice, love that.
What's going down in Cincinnati, bro?
Snow, ice, cold. That's about it. We all sit in our houses.
And we're talking about the ice that is accumulated from snow, not the people that you want to.
Oh no, they're here too.
Oh no.
Yeah, they've been here. They're just not as made the media coverage that the other big cities have gotten.
Yeah. Sonny's asking why I ran away from Darth Dawkins.
Nobody runs from Darth
my
Dawkins.
channel. You can go to my YouTube channel and literally watch him running away from me. No, nobody ran from Darth. He's a chump.
Yeah, nobody runs from Darth Dawkins. I'm not even a formal debater, and I can fucking beat that motherfucker.
He was in Deborah's live one day, and I was just like, hey, so Darth, we're going to have a discussion. He's like, well, here are the ground rules. Okay, you're going to this. Can you abide by that? Sir, this is not your live stream. I'll moderate, but we're not going to play by your rules. He got mad and he dropped.
That's crazy.
He don't like women.
He said I was a witness.
Miss beautiful.
Charlie said he was a witness to that. So yeah, they need to learn that nobody runs from Darth Dawkins. Nobody's scared of him.
It's not like he brings anything new to the table. He's just the same old precept clown.
It's the same shit, different day. Just
a precept that he's been sitting on for 15 years, mind you.
And I wish he changed his profile picture. He just looks stupid. He looks like he's from Spaceballs, not actual Star Wars.
You gotta comb the desert.
Yeah, he looks like he's Rick Moranis from Spaceballs. Definitely does not look like he's fucking Darth Vader at all.
At this point, I don't know which is more embarrassing, being Darth Dawkins or glazing him in public. Like, at this point, Darth Dawkins is enough of a laughingstock in just regular debate spaces. Like, nobody outside of his own acolytes thinks that he's good at anything. Mm-mm. And all he does is go into spaces, get trapped, and then crash the fuck out.
Yep.
You want to know how to really piss him off? This is for the people who are not blocked by him, by the way. I cannot speak for myself. All my accounts are blocked. But he does not like it if you go onto his panel and you have a belief system. So I say to you, as a polytheist, use one of my deities as part of the argument and watch that man flip the fuck out.
So
I mean, this is really good because all of his arguments are for a generic God. None of them will ever get you to Christianity. So just come up and pretend you already have a God and watch him lose his mind because he can't demonstrate that the God is the Christian God.
That's the biggest
Bingo.
thing. I have learned from watching a lot of stuff that you guys all do that I do sometimes when they come in and they just want to be Phil bros, I'll grant them there's a God. And then I will tell them, show me specifically how you know it's the Christian one. And it does fall apart then, usually. Because they can't.
That's the thing with deists. Deists, they're just like a supreme mover or like a universal. It just knows what I'm talking about. You can't really argue with that. But if you're solidified in the Christian deity, it's playtime.
Right.
Well, this is Dirk here. It's an absolute honor to be up here. I really appreciate this. This is great.
Hi, Dirk. Are you over 21?
I am over 21. Are you? Oh, you definitely are. I see you.
And what did you come up to talk about?
Well, I just wanted to say that Donald Trump is the greatest president that we've had in the past 100 years.
Are you a troll account?
Of course not.
I'm suspicious, but okay, continue.
It's okay. Well, I mean, we have the safest border in the history of our country after Joe the Autopen Biden let millions of illegal immigrants invade our country. You got rid of DEI in the government, making it so blacks and women don't get promoted just because they're black or a woman. Go ahead.
I'm less convinced now that you're a troll account, since it seems you're like on autopilot while calling someone autopen. That's crazy. So, what is your definition of an illegal?
Are you denying that Joe Biden used the autopen?
I don't give a fuck. I'm not a fan of this political nonsense.
Well, that's what every TikTok.
I don't know why it is. I don't know why it is that I have no idea. I have no idea.
Continue,
Mowgli, while you're talking, while I'm talking.
Go ahead. You have my permission to speak.
Are you a civilized person, Mowgli?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
The question on the table right now is if you're a civilized person.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Which fork do you grab when they bring out the salad at the fine dining establishment?
Well, I don't care about table
So
manners like that. I'll use
you're
whatever
not a
fork I
civilized
want to eat
person.
my salad. Thank you
You're
very
not a
much.
civilized person, Dirk. The answer to that, and this is how I know you're not civilized, is the salad fork. That's what it's
Right.
called. It's called the salad fork.
Right.
So
That's
you are
fantastic.
in fact of the lower hemisphere.
That's great.
Is that what we're saying?
That's fantastic. The lower hemisphere, absolutely.
Okay, so now the question on the table,
Australian.
the first question that you dodged, the very first question you dodged, is
Can you
what
go
is
ahead
your
and make
I
some
don't know
sort of
why it is you're
argument
talking
and,
again, Mowgli. It seems
well, you're talking
like,
about salads and forks.
it seems like you learned your manners from Baloo and King Louie. Is that what happened? I'm going to teach you
Go
some
ahead, make a
manners
point.
today. I'm going to teach you some manners. What is your definition of an illegal immigrant?
Well, an illegal immigrant is one who has either crossed the border illegally and they weren't supposed to be here in the first place, or they overstayed their visa.
Okay.
An illegal immigrant is an immigrant who's not supposed to be here, put it
All right.
simply.
That's not informative. You know that, right?
Well, maybe not to you if you can't
No.
comprehend basic English, but
No,
it's
listen,
informative to
listen.
most
Saying
American
an
people
illegal
who understand
immigrant-
English.
Hey, marshmallow brain. When I say what is an illegal
Well, it's not
immigrant,
my fault you can't understand English.
as it
but go
turns out,
ahead.
again,
Are you
the lower primate again is speaking over his betters. I don't understand that the lower primate realizes how the social construct here works, but Dirk, you're a talking lemur.
Go
Calm
ahead.
down.
Go ahead. You
Okay.
have my permission to speak.
That's
Continue.
fine. However, the
Hey,
permission is granted like this. Watch. Now you're muted, and you're going
Are you
to be
gonna
fighting
run?
the.
You're
You're
gonna-
going to fight it. You're going to be fighting the
done.
mute. You're actually
You're
going to be
about to run.
fighting the mute button
You have no
until your
argument.
betters allow you to speak. So now, when I say what is illegal immigration, and you say someone who crosses the border, aka an immigrant, illegally, you're just saying an illegal immigrant is an illegal immigrant.
Jeff, I have to
That is
disconnect
why
him.
it's
never-
not
Hold
informative.
on. I have to disconnect him. TikTok said so.
Okay.
You got
Probably for
hit again?
misinformation.
Yeah. Yep.
Probably for misinformation.
Probably. That actually it was. Dirk, I can't let you back up. TikTok wanted you gone, not me.
He's one of my trolls. I've seen him before. Yeah.
Got it. That makes sense.
So
Yeah.
he just ran.
Well, no.
For
he didn't have
me,
a choice.
yes. Thank
Yeah.
you, Dirk. Dirk, if you caught the violation, that means you did a thing to get yourself dropped. So it is a W for me. That's the easiest W I've ever had.
You're right.
Naughty.
Shouldn't say stupid things, man.
I think where it came from, I suspect, is when he said that Donald Trump had the safest border in history. That's actually statistically not factual. So I have a feeling that's what picked up on it.
It might
Not
have been the
surprised.
misinformation part of it, yeah. Or did I not hear him say the blacks? Did I not
You
hear
know,
that?
still using that term in 2025 is fucking crazy.
Why?
Literally, like, that's insane. Like, if we didn't have immigration, society would fall apart. This AI boom that we're having, there's, like, literally a record low of, like, you know, fucking American citizens, mostly white people, right, enrolling in STEM. So thank you to the H-1B visa immigrants, or else we wouldn't have this AI boom that they brag is because of American hard work. No, you guys just literally got a bunch of people from India because you stupid motherfuckers are not smart enough here. That's called immigration at the end of the day. Yeah?
They're also the ones who keep who fucking fund Social Security and Medicare. They're literally the ones who keep that shit afloat. Like,
Facts.
y'all don't fucking. The overall irritation I feel because they don't fucking think beyond their little bubble. And their little bubble is often filled with just stupid shit. Like, stupid shit. Keep tapping, keep sharing. Yeah, let's get up to what's the new goal? New goal, what do we do? 35K in the next 20 minutes? Let's aim for that. As you all know that's what TikTok makes you do. They make you work.
Hello?
All right. What is the name here? Dan, are you over 21?
I am indeed. I'm 30 years old.
All right, perfect. And what did you come up to talk about?
Well, I joined the stream about 15 minutes ago. I'm from the UK. I think the things we're talking about here are quite interesting indeed. I just want to go back to one of the conversations that happened previously. Somebody was talking about how religion and ethnicity was somehow linked biologically. That really bothered me. I just want to hear someone else's input on here about that. I mean, you could be any ethnicity on the planet and be any religion on the planet, and I just thought one guy was saying, "Oh, if you're Jewish, that you're born Jewish," and it's quite the contrary. We're born human, so I
Sorry,
just thought
Dan.
that was really, really, really backward, and I just want to hear your thoughts on that. That's all.
The person who uttered that expression was a pile of sludge, and they're not here anymore.
You can't really do much with
Yeah.
that.
So
Here.
before we continue this discussion, Dugald, everyone, I have my baby has a little thing going on at her school, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop,
All right.
and I'll see you guys later.
I appreciate you, Anji. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Hi, Hanji.
No, I know. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but that Christianity was born in Ethiopia, which is obviously Africa, a black original nation. So to me, it sounded so crazy that somebody would be on here saying, "Oh no, if you're Jewish, you were born a Jew and da da da," and then you guys went into being white, and what does that mean biologically? What genetic code do you have for being white? It pissed me off. It hit a string, and I just want to hear your thoughts. That's all.
I apologize. I was talking to somebody in the comments, so I missed a little bit. Can just repeat yourself one more time. I do apologize.
Yeah, no worries. So no, I was just thinking, somebody was speaking before, probably about 3 conversations ago, about you are, if you're Jewish, you're born Jewish, and that is your genetic. You can be somehow genetically religious. There's a big distinction between the both, and it just really pissed me off. And I was just thinking, I personally, I feel like if you have a religion that you are going to be like assigned to, that's because of choice. That's because of people that are around you. You're not born. It's not in your genetic DNA.
Well, no,
you are going to be somehow religious.
Judaism actually has an ethnic side to it as well. It's not a race, but it is an ethnic group.
No, of course, but what
that's
I mean
not a
is
choice you can make.
I think what I mean is you're born. And then you have the people around you, but at some point you do make your own choice. If you want to be Jewish, you follow the religion of Judaism.
You're still ethnically Jewish, though. You don't get to just leave Judaism like that, like you can Christianity. It's not the same thing.
Well, I mean, you could be born in France and be Christian. You could be born in France and be a Muslim. You could be born in France and be a Jew. It's you're not born in.
Even if you leave France and become an American, which you can do, you are still Jewish. Even if you leave Judaism, you're still Jewish.
I think where you're getting Dan, I think where you're getting mixed up. I think where you're getting mixed up at, right, is that it's in their DNA, like admixture in certain capacities, right? But take example, Israel. I believe 78% of them don't practice the religious side, but from the DNA admixture, they're still Jewish, right? So that's why it's called, I believe, ethno-religion, right? So you can still be what's called a secular Jewish person and just have it in your DNA. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yes,
now you do have some people that are both, right? But even let's just say you like apostate from Judaism, you're still, if you are, Sephardic or Ashkenazi or Ethiopian, you'd still be Jewish. You'd just be like secular. So I don't really see like what the confusion is here.
Well, the confusion is to me, as far as I understand, if you're Jewish, you follow Judaism. If you're Islamic,
you follow admixture, and you'd still be genetically Jewish. Right?
No, I think. No, well, you see, I think you would be Arabic, right? You'd be like
what
Middle Eastern.
What the hell are you talking about? You'd be Arab.
No.
Crazy.
Okay, well, I'm here to learn.
Wait. So Dan.
No, but it's like if you were a Christian. Right? If you were anybody can be a Christian, right? Anybody on the planet can be a Christian.
You're not born into an ethnic group of Christians. You just are. That's a choice your family's making.
So I'm white. So I'm white British. Okay, I'm white British. and I was introduced into Christianity. I don't follow the doctrine, but
none of those things.
but wouldn't
You
I
being
just
white or
be-
British is not ethnicity, is what we're saying.
Yeah,
None of those
Yes.
things are ethnicity. No.
Right. So, well, why is somebody Jewish if they're just born in a certain part of the world, but they
Okay,
don't
well,
follow the religion?
Let me help you. Let me explain a little bit. Okay. Where does the word Jewish or Jew come from? Do you know?
I imagine it's probably Hebrew. Back in the, but I don't know. You tell me. I don't know.
It's the name of the region where the people came from, which originally was a tribal group. It comes from the tribe of Judah. The tribe of Judah is a family. It's a clan, which is why you're born into it. You were born into Judaism, the religion, and into Judaism, the ethnic group, which means you can be born Jewish. It also means that anyone who converts to their religion, that says, hey, I want to be part of the Jewish religion, they become part of Judaism as well, but they're not born into it. They're a proselyte. There's two ways you can be a Jew. One is ethnically and one is religiously.
Right.
And sometimes, a lot of times, you have both.
So where do you disagree with because I disagree with this, with what someone said before, is at what point does that, so is that you was talking about DNA, somebody was talking about the DNA, like,
yeah.
He was trying to link. Does that cross over? Like, because I don't agree with that part.
He was trying to link DNA and race, and that doesn't work that way.
Right. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, listen, I'm here to learn. You know, I called up because I wanted to have that little quick bit there. I didn't realize that before. So, yeah.
Can I ask you a question real quick, Dan? Just because I thought it was funny. Where did you hear that if somebody leaves Judaism they become Arab? I'm just wondering where you heard that from.
No, so I don't think I said that. It's just somebody leaves Judaism I wouldn't say is Arab. By the way, pure ignorance probably, but I assumed if you were Jewish, you were part of your origin would be Israel, somewhere in the Middle East, and therefore I assumed would be Arabic.
I think I see where the confusion is then there. Okay.
Yeah, no, I by no way means did I think I'm not Jewish anymore, therefore I'm Arab. No,
I'm just going to go ahead and tell you this: Jewish people have not been central to that area in a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
So they have long since branched away from there. So they don't default to that. No.
Oh yeah, they got scattered all across the world, and then the Americans decided, I believe, at the end of the Second World War, they could all just. Oh, I think it was English actually.
But they still carry some of the phenotypes from that. That's oftentimes where that ethnicity comes in. You have to look at it. DNA is not a genetic thing. It's literally an arbitrary thing that doesn't really exist. It was just given to people by racist people. The ethnicity, that is a DNA situation, but there's no gene for it. It's a makeup of a lot of genes that just come from specific people groups, and Jewish people are among those types of people who have traditional phenotypes that they to their offspring as they go along, just like black people do, just like white people do, just like any person that comes from a specific people group do. Like Scottish and Irish and have lighter color hair, red in some cases, stuff like that.
I see. Well, listen, thank you guys for being really helpful and educational about this. I just want to comment on this one douche. He goes, how does he know so little about so much? It's called learning, brother. This is why I'm joining these things. You know, I don't understand something. Right. You know, I call up, get clarification. I'm not one of these type of people that have a narrow-minded point of view and go, I'm right, you're wrong, end of. You know, I learn, and that's what life's all about. So I want to thank you all for having me on here. And peace and love, baby.
All right, thanks, Dan. Have a good one. Mish, I'm sorry. I should have let you say something. I apologize.
Sort of covered it. I kind of came up because he was very confused about.
Yeah.
And I've been in this space for a long time, and even I will admit, most of us who are Jewish don't do a good job explaining ourselves. But sometimes it's easier to think of it's a tribe, an ancient civilization that's still alive today. So it's a people. And it's a people with spiritual practices. It's not, even ethno-religion bothers me personally because the haters like to divide it. So they try and disconnect us from the land, from the religion. You're not really Jews. You're not really from the land. So I like to think of it as more than one word. And we're just a tribe with spiritual practices. Some people maybe don't practice so much, but they're still born of Jewish parents. And just a little clarification, one word you used, phenotype. That phenotype is the expression that you see physically of the genes. So there is a genotype that's passed on.
Oh, true.
There's even on the Y chromosome, you can trace back to the Kohanim, the high priests.
Oh, okay.
So, and there's a lot of diseases Ashkenazis face because there was a genetic bottleneck in time with only a certain few founding mothers. You can trace their mitochondrial DNA so that, things like Tay-Sachs you may have heard of. If two Ashkenazi people get married and plan to have children, they need to have genetic screening because there's a whole bunch of diseases they may be more prone to because of that genetic bottleneck. But yeah.
That's good to know. I appreciate you sharing that with me. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you're welcome. I appreciate you guys in Deconstruction jumping in because, it was a little confusing. I was surprised. But
I am
thank
often,
you.
No problem. I appreciate you being here, Mish Mish. I'm never surprised at the lack of knowledge. What I am surprised at often is that some people's need to remain there in that ignorance. Dan didn't, obviously. He learned what we took in, what we said, or whatever. But most of the other people that come up here, they smack into that wall and they don't want to let go. They want to claim their ignorance and keep it there. And I find it strange most days. All right, y'all, keep tapping, keep sharing. We don't have anybody in the queue right now, other than friendlies. We'll let them come up and say something if they want.
I literally just came up to tell you that, TikTok is on some shit lately where you can say any type of slur and they don't give one single frick nor frack. So there's that, which
Thank
sucks.
you, Chris.
They kind of like it, to be honest, because it drives up the viewers. Again, me and Fluff found that out the other day.
Well, they flagged Hanji, made me remove her, and they made me remove Durden.
And also, I just wanted to fill in this whole genetic thing because this was created by a white supremacist named Stephen McNallen, who created the Asatru Folk Assembly, which is a white supremacist pagan organization called metagenetics, where the idea is that that only people of specific descent should be or can worship specific gods. And he created a whole church that now exists within the USA that the Southern Poverty Law Center calls a hate group. Just wanted to fill that in. That whenever I hear this whole thing about genetics is tied in with religion, I immediately think, McNallen's still around, apparently.
Makes sense. Yeah, Georgia.
I just wanted to do a mod moment.
Sure.
Because there's 207 people in the room right now watching, and we only have 31,000 likes. I want to get that to at least 60,000 likes and double it by 5:30 Eastern Standard Time, or the comments go off. And we need to get our shares up to at least 120.
That would be
That's
awesome. Thank you all. Sorry that TikTok makes you all work. I hate it, but I also love TikTok Shop. How about that?
In every single live in the last 4 nights, I've been flagged for bullying and harassment because I'm a New Yorker who swears a lot.
Yeah, as soon as Hanji started going in on Durden, they were not happy. They were pissed. Like, come on, calm down, people. Calm down, people. All right, you all know the drill. If we don't have somebody come up by the time Georgia gave us for comments to go off, I'll just end the live altogether because there's other things I can do. By the way, there are going to be some changes coming January. I'm going to be doing YouTube streaming along with this. Also trying to make some content too, some actual content, not just lives. Yeah, and I'm going to be changing the platform a little bit. It's going to be more of a learn with me as opposed to just coming up and shouting your opinions at me. I don't like that anymore. Like, it's frustrating and tiring. I'm so sick of it. And I'm also tired of giving people definitions to words. So we're going to switch to a little bit of a learn with me. And I'm still going to have co-hosts. I'm still going to have guests and stuff. We're still going to do like debates, but I'm going to be much more, you pick a topic and we're just going to go through the data. Because these people are on my nerves, if we're going to be honest. I'm just saying. And learn with me because I don't know everything, and I'm probably going to learn a lot of shit I didn't know as we go through it. Just saying. I'm already putting together a whole bunch of stuff to have on hand. So there's that. Let's see. I can't request anything they want to record. Can't request anything they want to record. What? I don't know what Deep Block's saying there. Anyway, thank you all for the heart me's. Do the tapping, do the sharing. We'll see if we can get some guests in here by 5:30. Keep working on the taps and shares like Georgia told you. Otherwise, how is everybody? We can small talk. Do we want to look up news? What do we want to do? What do we want to do?
I actually gotta go because I gotta do some family stuff. I just wanted to update you on what me and Fluff found out the hard way the other day about TikTok and how they change their things without telling anybody. So,
as they do. I appreciate you, Jack. Thank you.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
No problem.
I gotta go too, but because I gotta do some trad wife dinner making.
Good.
Well,
Get those
good.
men in the kitchen.
Get at it and tell Tiff I said hey.
I could do the barefoot part, but well, all right. I'll chat with y'all later.
Thanks, Jeff. See you later, buddy.
Hey, Deconstruction. It's
Hey,
been
Zach.
a long time since you and I have spoken.
Hey, good to see you.
You and I came into your live once and we discussed 2 Kings 3, which is my favorite Bible passage.
Yeah, classic.
Justin, it's beginning. I warned you. If 100 years from now there was a damn church to Doug, I was going to come after you. And there's already somebody in my comments. Can we talk about Doug, our savior?
Sorry about that.
Damn it.
I'm actually watching I was just watching your live from last night. I'm finishing it up soon.
Oh, Justin's live?
Yeah.
That was a doozy.
I came in for a little bit of it and modded, but I didn't catch the whole thing because I had, FaceTime date with my partner and stuff, so I didn't get to hang out for the whole thing. How'd it go?
I mean, I thought it went well.
Yeah, good.
It's pretty usual live stream, a bunch of people crashing out.
Did you have
My favorite was when somebody accused you of getting beaten by Darth, and then you were just like, he was on for 45 seconds. What are you fucking talking about?
Yeah, the lies Darth tells is wild.
He probably made a whole clip and made it seem like it was a 45-minute debate to all of his followers.
There was something really sad that happened recently in relation to him. I was getting some good inroads with a Christian who seemed like a really nice guy who you could just have some like really good conversations with. And then I went on vacation for a week, and when I came back, he was basically letting his lives get run by Darth Dawkins. And I was like, oh, dude, why?
I kind of want to talk a little bit. It's just like an open forum type. I'm new to this sort of thing, by the way.
Yeah, right now it is. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. There's something that's bothered me over the past recent months. I would probably say I'm gonna be real. Since the start of the invasion of Ukraine by Russia, it really got me into the whole geopolitical landscape of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And there's something that's kind of prompted me to talk about this today. So you guys are aware of the attack in Australia on the beach, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to know, like, what are your guys' opinions on the whole ideology of it being Islam versus, and I say this very not verbatim, but just out of my own terms, Islam versus Christianity on the whole ideology of how we all think. I feel like it's pushed in. Sorry, I will finish this real quick. I feel like, especially over here in the UK, it is certainly pushed that we're being invaded by immigration, and we are being invaded by their ideology. And I feel like a lot of the places like Australia, like Canada, like the UK, and especially America, it is a very Christian fundamental principle that we all stand on. And I'm not very religious myself, but I was christened. I went to a Church of England school, but I don't go to church on a Sunday or anything like that. I just feel, what are your thoughts on the whole Islam and Christianity trying to be squashed and confined into one space? Because it does worry me.
I'll answer that, but give me 1 second. Let me do one more announcement I forgot to do. Guys, I am also trying to build up my Discord because I would love to make it a hub for activism, community outreach, and eventually, when I get enough people and enough community going, mutual aid as well. So please, 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 if you haven't already, go to the link in my bio so that you can join the controller app. I'm probably not supposed to say it online anymore, but join that. The more people I get in there, the better off we can, and more able I am going to be to do all those things and really make some change in the world. So please, 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 if you haven't already, join the Discord. It is in my bio. But so Dan, what you're saying, hold on a second. No, D-Block, hold on a second. You'd request again. I haven't seen you pop up once. I don't know, friend. So when it comes to Islam or Christianity and Judaism, they're all three based on the Abrahamic religions, but they all have their own particular beefs with each other, right? Christians claim to support Jewish people in Judaism, but oftentimes it is a cover for their true intention, because they think that Israel, and therefore by extension Jewish people, having Israel and having their war on Palestine and cleansing it and gaining their land completely back is going to bring about the second or third, or what are we on, fourth coming now, Justin, of Jesus? Is it third or fourth?
Something like that. Yeah.
I don't know, something along the lines, but he's like on his third or fourth coming, but they think that'll bring that back again, which starts the apocalypse. So they do a surface level support, but a lot of them, I shouldn't say most, but a lot of them are anti-Semitic. They don't really actually like Jewish people. And then now you have Israel. Jewish people typically have been leaving people alone and don't do all that stuff because what has happened to them historically. But now we find them, at least the ones specifically running the government of Israel, those specific ones are committing the very thing that has been done to them. And they seem to have forgotten what things. They seem to be drunk on their own power. Now, I don't think it's all necessarily religious based. A lot of it is just political, but it is used.
You see, if I may interject, it terrifies me in a sense, because there is this story that Christianity is all loving and all forgiving. That they're the main principles: forgive your enemy, love your enemy. And then it is also told to us simultaneously that Islam is kill your enemy. They're the infidel, they are there to squash the very foundation in which you should live. And I know that we have had a lot of immigration since the 70s, probably the 60s actually, in fact, from Pakistan, from India, which obviously they practice Hinduism, but a lot of them practice Islam as well. And, I feel like there is a mixture of belief in our country, in the United Kingdom, where I know some very good Muslims, indeed, and there is a hell of a lot of portrayal from the West that they are the very opposite in which Christians believe, and it's a scary time. I mean, people may not recognize that, but I do definitely, and I know a lot of people that do. And sometimes it feels like a very confusing, strange world that we live in, where I would like to just have an understanding of what intentions are, and sometimes it's not clear.
And so just so as a little background, I'm a social worker in New York City. I visit people's houses, or I used to before I became a pencil pusher. But before that, like I would go to people's houses, and I had a lot of Islamic clients. I had a lot of Christian clients. And I will say that I'm pretty open about who I am. I'm poly, I'm pan, all the rainbow things you can associate with me. And it wasn't, and the only times I ever came into like a house and I was like forced to converse with somebody about their faith and how that they should, or that I should go with them to church or do anything like that, or that my lifestyle was incorrect, was always from Christians. I never got that from a Muslim. Now I will also point out that two things before I stop. One of the main reasons why the thing that happened in Australia didn't get as bad is because another Muslim stopped it.
Right, I completely agree. Yes.
And two, that in New York City specifically, we just elected a Muslim mayor who's one of the most progressive people in our politics ever.
Yeah.
So I mean, this idea that the Islamic people, especially in America, when they immigrate, there are statistics that show that they become pretty liberal pretty quickly, and are very open to people of other faiths, of other cultures. There is what happens though, from what I remember from the statistics I've looked at, is like second and third generation immigrants of Islamic faith do have a slight pendulum swing back to traditional values, which can cause a bit of a whiplash effect. But for the most part, I've had a lot of Islamic friends, and I've never had any of them come after me for who I am. It's always the Christians.
To just interject on that one, I must admit, I used to live next door to a Jehovah's Witness. And believe it or not, they didn't come knocking on my door every day. They tried converting us once or twice, but no, they were probably the friendliest people we ever had. But we also, when we grew up, we had Muslims that lived over the street, and they would come over and they would give us peaches, they would give us apples, they would give us fruit. They would cook, they would share, and they would never once mention their ideology whatsoever. So I can kind of see the contrast there as well. Like you said there, you've known kind of both sides of the fence. But I just personally feel that over the years, I think, I was born in 95. 9/11 happened when I was 6, going on 7. I remember seeing that on the television, the tower falling. It's quite terrifying shit, it's quite traumatic. And I feel like ever since I can remember, there has always just been a push where, the bad man is brown and he follows this religion and he reads this book. And, and now it feels like he's invading your town, he's invading your land, and he's doing this and he's doing that. I mean, the landscape and the scope is quite clearly different from the US, but I feel like it is transferring. And for me personally, if I was to put it bluntly, I feel, from my perspective at least, I feel like the East, for a very long time, except maybe for China, has been living in the Stone Age, and they have been treated like shit by the West for so many years. And now, finally, where they've caught up, I feel like now we're becoming like we belong on a place, on a landscape where we're almost equal, and now it's a threat. And now a lot of propaganda, a lot of scapegoat situation is coming into play. I don't know if any of this is making sense. This is all coming off the dome. I'm quite shy as well because we've got a lot of people listening. But does that make sense? I feel it's just, if I was to live in Iraq, if I were to live in Syria, if I were to live in Afghanistan, or in any of these places where the Americans have somehow managed to stick their fingers in these pies where they're banging rocks together to make fire. I don't understand the interjection. I don't understand why they're intruding on that land, and I would totally understand why some groups would create a dogma where it's fuck the West. If I pardon my language, I don't know if we're swearing on here, but fuck the West, fuck these guys. Let's create some chaos in the name of the ones we have lost, and it hurts. And today there is a divide. There is a split. There is a split of opinion, and it is growing. And there is a divide here, and it becomes more unruly.
I think I can maybe touch on a little bit of that because what you're kind of describing, and I think where like a little bit of the disconnect is coming is you're describing like Islam and religion, and you're also describing diplomacy, which is a bit different, right? I mean, of course, like I believe that ideology and religion like play a big part in diplomacy. Whoa. Oh, somebody's mic just go crazy, or does that mean?
It sounded a little like there was a buzz there for a second.
I'm on my iPhone. I don't think it's
well,
okay.
So America did stick their fingers in a lot of places. Not only that, did they've like upset like the whole like foundation of different countries, like Iran, which has radicalized Iran, and is why the the Ayatollah is the like leader there, and they've kind of turned into more of a theocracy where the religion of Islam is more embedded into their government.
Totally agree.
And we can track that back to when we I think his name was Mogadishu or something like that. He was in like the 50s. He was a democratically elected Iranian leader that the Americans actually performed a coup on, and then they put in the Shah, and that caused a split between economic classes, and caused the elite people in Iran to kind of be separated from the people like the proletariat or like the workers. And it caused this big divide, and the people that spoke up about it was the Islamic Church, because they had a platform. And so there's like all these different variables at play. But a lot of people like simple answers, so they'll do things like take these very nuanced subjects and try and give it a simple answer, like, oh, Muslims are bad, right? Or Christians are bad, and we're all guilty of it. People generalize.
Absolutely.
I agree that there are good Christians out there. There's good Muslims out there. There's good every religion. It's not really the fact that you are a practicer of a certain religion that I think even makes you a good or bad person. It's how you act with other people around you, regardless of religion.
Absolutely, I completely agree with you. I mean, both my neighbors are both Muslim, and I have a very good relationship with them. I understand their culture; they understand mine. You're completely right. I think my point was really is my concern for those around me and the general consensus of my country at the moment. One guy just commented there that the skeptic frog, your Islamophobia is showing, brother. I mean, I want to clarify right now. I am not Islamophobic. I'm not phobic to any sort of religion at all. My point is that for as long as I can remember, there has been a divide and a push from the media for us to be scared of this general kind of ideology of, people coming from the East.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Islam as a religion, right? The Islamic religion
Yes.
does lend itself to have some extremism and have some bad shit, right? Because of
Right.
the 9/11 incident, it was fueled by those people who did that. They supposedly there was religious reasons behind it, but ultimately because they're attached to that, there's been a general fear since then of them, which it's not necessarily righteous, but like based on some of the religious texts, I can kind of see why there's fear there. Do I think it's right? No. Do I think it should happen? No. So what you have to realize is that all these things are all just people playing for power, white, especially America, right? America in and of itself had its thumb in so many politics, and we have replaced so many regimes and left power vacuums behind in our wake in so many countries that we have radicalized a lot of people as well. So with you guys being as attached to us as you are, and I don't mean that as a you guys are any type of bad thing. It's just you as being allies of ours, being attached to us.
No,
in that way.
we're cousins.
Right.
You know, like that's right.
So by saying that, thank you, Chai Guy. But with that comes the fact that the British people colonized a lot of shit, right? The British Empire
100%.
colonized a lot of shit. And in turn, some of these colonies like us broke away and we did our own version of colonization. So there's a lot of people angry with us and that have been radicalized because of us. Iran is one of those places. We fucked around with their fucking government how many times now? We replaced the one guy back in the 80s. We replaced him, left them with bullshit that we then led to the people that we went to war with. Then that leaves us the power vacuum they have now, which is all crazy and divided. Like, your fear is not invalid, but it is misplaced.
I just feel like I just think that maybe like things are really going in a downward trajectory at the moment over here in my country.
It has to do with Christian white people.
I believe so. I'll just to finish off there, Ben, you'll come back in there in a sec. It's just I just feel like this has all happened so quickly in 15 years, I'd say. Maybe probably since the start of the millennium, but in the past 10 years, this has been going so rapidly. And I feel, I'm 30 years old now. When I'm 50, am I going to be having to think that there is such a divide where I have to look behind my back against people that I love? I mean, there's human beings. We're all human, man. I don't give a shit where you're from, what you believe. As it's the divide, because we're in such a small little island. I mean, America's fucking huge, man. America's so big.
So
can I
jump in? EU is comparable. The entirety of the EU is comparable. But go ahead, Denny. Go ahead.
All right. So, Dan, I think you're falling a little bit victim to the zeitgeist that is going on. So what we've noticed, like, if you look at any election results all across the world, is that there's been a very large far right swing as far as people voting. And I think that might have been a response. And this does happen. We see the pendulum swing, every 30 years or so, where ideology will go from left to right to left to right. Sometimes it goes far left, sometimes it goes far right. What I've noticed just from like election results, like I was saying, is like the more right-wing parties have been kind of put into power now. And now with right-wing kind of ideology, things like conservatism and wanting to keep things the way they were are like very big to that. So new things like immigrants coming in, especially ones that may not look like you or speak the same language, is a threat, right? Like it seems like this is a change. This is too different.
I would say, just to interject there, economically, in that regard. I wouldn't say culturally. I mean, me personally, but economically, yeah, sure. I mean, let's go statistics wise. So there has been, I think, about 1.5 million immigrants that have come in since 2022 or one, and 17% of them, 17% of that big number are working. They're contributing. Now we have what's called national insurance. So I earn I don't know, let's say a minimum wage, for instance. I don't personally, but minimum wage. I get £13 something an hour. It's probably about, I don't know, $16 for you, right? I would pay national insurance on that amount, and that national insurance goes to the government. It's all tax takeable. So what happens with that money is it's given to the government, and they then distribute it back to the public through welfare.
Right.
We have welfare for our.
Thank you, Chagai.
Well, we have fucking welfare for everything. Like that's one of the major issues over here. It's not just you're coming in, you're living on our land, and we don't want you here on our land. And this isn't me, by the way, but I'm just saying, people are coming over in the hundreds of thousands, and a very small percentage are actually contributing to the system. And then all of them, and I mean all of them, illegal or legal migrants, are then given welfare. So we're talking what's called job seekers allowance. You can pretend you're looking for work. There's £400.
You got to be careful with this. So
because they're making the same claims here in the U.S., and that is not true at all.
So
they don't get
welfare,
access to those things.
No, I have a master's degree in public administration. I've studied welfare and at least the numbers and how welfare works in a macro sense.
Right. Okay.
And welfare is highly successful, if not one of the most successful things that Western civilization has come up with. Most people aren't on welfare for very long. People may get welfare for small periods of time, but nobody really wants another part of Western civilization is you don't want to feel like you are dependent on anybody. There's a high sense of individualism. People don't really like to think of themselves as kind of leeching or taking so they don't want to be on welfare for long. And most people, the numbers show, don't stay on welfare. It's just a narrative that has been co-opted by right-wing the Republicans or
because it's a drive for hate. I totally understand. I want everybody in the chat, and I want you guys especially to understand, I am impartial. Okay, I always have been. I don't lean left, I don't lean right. Okay, some things piss me off, some things make me teary-eyed. I always try and stay in the middle. I totally understand what you're saying. Everybody that's coming over here is looking for opportunity. They're looking to come somewhere where they can make a living that's better than being out in the place that they came from. I completely agree. My point is, and I go back to it, is there is hatred growing in the masses. Probably everybody I speak to every single day, because I'm a support worker for people that come out of prison, that are in rehabilitation. I'm trying to reintegrate them into the community, the working class, and they all say the same stuff. How can I not get a house? Quotation marks, by the way. How can I not get a house?
Hold on a second.
When these people just come over and they get hotels, how can I not get the right benefits for these people come over and it's all handouts? It is such a misconception.
Hold on, Dan. So I just looked up the stats for the UK specifically, right?
Mm-hmm.
According to BBC News on July 15, 2025, data showing immigration status of those claiming universal credit, a benefit designed to help both employed and unemployed people with living costs, has been published for the first time. In June, nearly 8 million people received universal credits, 83.6% of which were British and Irish nationals. More than 1 million claimants were born overseas, including 700,000 EU citizens who arrived in the UK before Brexit and have the right to live and work in the UK. Around 1.5% of claimants were refugees, and 0.7% had arrived in the UK via safe routes, such as those for Ukrainians and Afghans. More than 75,000 claimants who were in the UK temporarily and would typically not receive benefits are also claiming UC. The Department of Work and Pensions has said that most foreign nationals can claim only after 5 years residencies, but there are exceptions, such as for victims of modern slavery. Right. So the percentage is really not that high from what we're looking at.
I totally agree. I totally agree. So the thing is, what I'm saying is, what I'm asking is, what do you think is creating such a misconception in the public eye? Because I could walk you down my street where I live right now, and everybody would say, "Nah, that's bullshit. Nah, that's bullshit." You know, the facts are there. I totally agree with you.
Right.
I work in justice. I work for central government in the UK. I know what the facts are. I'm totally on the side, and I'm impartial.
Right. No, I get that, and I hear you on that. What I'm trying to convey by telling you all this is, like, all of these things that you're talking about that people have this perception of, it all comes from propaganda created by basically the right-wing, extreme right-wing movement that's going on not just here in the U.S., but literally globally. The ones here in the U.S. have been working on this plan that they're enacting now with Trump. They've been working on it since before Reagan was our president, which was back in the 80s. Your guys' right wing has also been silently working in the background. I don't know to what extent, because I've not looked that hard at it. I just know there's a very large right wing, extreme right wing, not just right wing, but extreme right wing, basically nationalist movements going on worldwide right now. And in some places they're working, in some places they're not.
That's the game.
Yeah. But propaganda...
That's the game, political momentum.
Exactly. So this propaganda they put out, the best way that the right wing ever gets in power is to give you an enemy or somebody to hate.
The other thing that
often what they utilize, and that is what what you're seeing here, both in Britain and the U.S. It's the immigrants here. They give you somebody to hate, and if they can't make you hate the traditional people that they normally go after, which is usually black people, or Jewish people, then they're going to give you somebody else. And right now, that's immigrants, and that's true for both you and us.
And the other good point to bring up for this is, like, most Western countries that have immigration are doing, if economy is your biggest thing, they're doing pretty good globally. Yeah. But if you're looking at, for example, let's look at a Western aligned country that hates immigration, and you can look at like Japan. They're going through the biggest stagnation and biggest population crisis in terms of age in some of the entire Western world. They're not going to be doing well in a good 20 years because they are so against immigration that their population is aging, and soon they're not going to be able to have a workforce that is able to support all the people that are getting old.
White people, especially, which are the ones who run all the English-speaking countries for the most part, we tend to forget that we are still the smallest percentage of people in the world. So even though we hold a lot of power, that power is tenuous and it will not ever continue because there's just not enough of us. So this idea of white supremacy and white homogeny that a lot of places have, and I'm going to go ahead and say it for Sweden, Norway, and Finland too, that's going to go away eventually because we live in a global place. There's no way they're going to be able to avoid the interjection of other people groups. They're just not. Because no people group by themselves can handle the reproduction necessary to maintain any particular race, especially the human race overall. So if white people, anybody, I'll say that aside from black people maybe because they might have enough numbers in the world to actually be able to sustain themselves without us. But smaller groups like white people, we need the fresh blood. We need new people, and that's the only other option is some form of immigrant from another country. It's
from day one, as far back as I can remember, the very bigoted argument was made that they're coming over here to steal our jobs. To steal our jobs is what they were saying for so long, until the penny dropped and people realized that the jobs that they were doing were actually jobs that nobody were taking, because they realized it's good money. They're going to come over, live a comfortable life, and they want to do all that sort of stuff. And then when that argument failed, all of a sudden I go back to the kind of Islamophobic versus Christianity argument, where it's these guys are coming over to hurt us all. And I feel like that the whole threat ideology is being pushed so hard. It makes me fucking sick, man. It's every single day. It's on every single news article. It's on every single media outlet. It's hate. And then when something like what happened in Australia happened the other day, it all of a sudden it gives all of these very right-wing all these journalists, all these right-wing parties, everything they need. This is what's happening to the world, and this is what's happening here, and this is what's happening there. And you see, they got Susie Blue. Stop looking at right-wing media. Simple. It isn't as simple as it seems. It really isn't. It's everywhere. It's everybody you talk to. It's on every single screen I look at. I am not looking for this for this information.
That's the dangerous thing about propaganda, is that it's usually everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah. So the only way you personally are going to be able to combat that is to any culture, especially nowadays, is honestly we have to teach both adults and children media literacy and literacy in general, because our country is woefully uneducated and most of them don't know how to read. But media literacy and literacy overall is the only way to fix these things, because propaganda works extremely well on people who know nothing about anything, and usually people who don't know anything are people who can't read or who don't know how to read.
Right? Yep. Susceptible to this sort of literacy that you're talking about.
Yep.
It's because it's there. And what else do you look at? What, you're just going to stare at the back of your hand? It's everywhere, and this is what I'm saying to you. Like I spoke earlier, I said, I grew up with Muslims, I grew up with Jehovah's Witnesses, I grew up with Christians. I've grown up in a multicultural society, and yet it's just got so bad at this point where it feels like it is literally inciting so much hatred, so much division, where it is pick a side. What side do you choose? Oh, well, that's the wrong side and you're wrong, and therefore you're blacklisted. And it really is so toxic at the moment over in the UK. I mean, I imagine most of the people on your site right now are from the US, and I don't really know much about the socioeconomic side of things in the US particularly.
Oh, everything's great over here. We're just doing
What you've been describing for the last you've been describing
us here,
it's just like history repeating itself is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Well, that in a weird way, that's quite a relief that we're just not the only ones experiencing this. And like I say, I think what's happening in Australia, I see people marching through the streets. I see these big speeches. It reminds me of the Reichstag, man. It reminds me of it does. It's like fascism was created through hatred. It was created through, this is the issue. Point the finger. We're all strung together by pointing the finger. And I feel that's where most of that hatred came from, is unity in hate. And I feel it's going that way. And we I don't know if you ever heard of the Reform Party. Reform. Yeah. We've always had a two-party system, just like you guys, Republicans and Democrats, conservative, Labour. It's the same bullshit, red and blue. You know, it always has, hate this guy, we'll stand together, and now we're the guy, and they're all going to stand together. It's always been very tit for tat, and I feel like Reform are going to come out of the hatred and go, you know what, guys, you've been wrong this whole time. You know what it really is? What it really is X, Y, Z, ethnic, this, that, and the other, and it makes me fucking sick.
It all
What I think you guys should do is start voting for the SNP, even in England. That's what I think you should do.
Yes,
everybody start voting
Scottish
for the
National
SNP.
Party,
Yeah, everybody starts voting for SNP. SNP, the Scottish government takes over, and then I think everything will go well for you.
Well, you see, the issue with that is the only people that want to vote for the SNP are the Scots. You'll find the Welsh hate the Scots. The English have no idea what the Scottish whole entire system is based on. They have no idea what... Although we're called, you know, we're British, you know, the United flag and everything, we're far from it. Like, we're also disconnected. Although we're on one island, you would be surprised how disconnected we really are.
You're in the same boat we are. The North, the South, and the Midwest, they're all like, we have the same divide. The South doesn't like a lot of people in the North because they think a lot of people in the North are liberals. Texas hates Californians. Like, we've got a lot of that here. I think it all boils down to three things. It's either going to be racism, xenophobia, or a bigotry, usually toward gay people. Those three things are at the root of just about every problem in just about any country.
Yep, hate. Yeah, it's all about hate, man.
So the way to fix it is multiculturalism, really,
and education.
It's with that too. Yes, it seems to me, at least, that we're kind of trying to push back against the fact that, you know, with the internet and technology, that the world is more global. It just is. There's no way around it. And the people, like, just in general, are trying to fight back against, you know, this kind of, you know, uncomfortable, like, feeling of, you know, having to be exposed to a different culture than their own. And I think that that's going to be like, it's like in a death rattle at its moment, you know, because after so long, unless the internet, like, shuts down and, you know, like, I don't know, modern industry shuts down, then we're stuck with, like, you know, this multicultural global kind of sense.
Yeah, rock in a hard place.
Of people. So I think that, you know, just with time and just people actually, like, leaning back on truth, because that's another thing, that we live in, like, a post-truth world because of the internet, right? Because, like, stuff like Twitter, social media, Facebook, memes, people don't really have to look at that far into things. You know, a claim can be made and people can run with it. And we really need to, like, push back, like Dugald was saying, and trying to, like, say, like, okay, where's the proof? Where's the source? What, like, is there a bias that's going on here? You know, it's just, that's what it is.
So let's say, right, let's say, perfect world, for argument's sake, that we go one way or the other. Who knows? Who cares? Right? We all decide on an ending to this story where we can all get along in the West, right? My next question then comes to is, I don't know if it's a question, but it's more of just something I'm just going to put out there, is you got a country like Russia, for instance, or North Korea or China, where they are totally tyrannical. They are totally swaying to their ideology. It's our way or the highway. It's literally make or break, you know, and they put people in prison. They'll execute people for thinking otherwise, etc. Now, they aren't going to change their ideology for anybody or anything. They have a total chokehold on the way of governments. They're going to stay that way, and that's fine. You know, well, it's not fine. It's fucking awful. But we make a decision what happens at that point? I mean, isn't the end goal for us all as a globe, as all as one world? You know, that's the dream, right? The fever dream is that we all just get along. We all believe one thing. We all just get along. How will we possibly? You know, the West is one thing, but how do you get places like, you know, Eastern countries, you know, Russia, China, Iran, you know, all, you know, how do we all? Because we're only focusing on Western ideology, Western propaganda, Western belief, Western this, that, and the other. I mean, that's half the battle as far as I'm concerned. How does that all unite?
So I'm gonna drop. So I just want to put this point out. Russia is not doing well right now. They are on the brink of economic absolute collapse.
Right.
The only thing that's holding them up right now is trade deals with China and India. I mean, this Ukraine situation they put themselves in has destroyed them, and there's been a lot of issues now with their populace in regards to support for the government.
I was just going to say,
yeah, they're not liking what's going on, but they're having to put it down very violently.
Right.
And once Putin is, I won't say the words because it's TikTok unfriendly. Once Putin is gone, I think there's going to be a massive shift in Russia, for better or worse. I don't know, but I think there's gonna be a power vacuum, unlike anything's already seen.
What about Xi Jinping? What about China?
China, I think, is also going through some issues because now what they're having to do, because they're figuring out that they can't control their economy as hard as they want, and that's why they keep on opening it up to foreign investment.
Right.
Their socialism project has failed miserably, mostly because they are tyrannical, in my opinion. You can't have socialism and tyranny at the same time. I don't think that they're going to have to do more and more projects to reform their policies and how they're moving forward. They're trying to keep traditional. We saw that with the anti-LGBT stuff that came out of the government a little while ago. But it's not going to work, in my opinion. It's going to fall apart. Anyway, I want to thank you, Dugald, for bringing me up. It's always a pleasure. Benny boy, it's been a while. Love you, man.
Thanks,
Talk to
Finn.
you later.
Bye, Finn.
Can I also add to that?
Go ahead, vote. Really quick, you're over 21, right?
Yes,
you've been waiting there for a long time. Sorry, bro. You go.
No
worries,
man.
Go ahead, vote.
Listen, part of this is all having communication and talking to each other. So I will wait as long as I need to for us to be able to actually have a proper conversation. As far as the whole thing that you're asking, what do we do with the Eastern countries as well? The biggest thing that I see with the problem with the Eastern countries and Russia and stuff is that they've created a vacuum themselves of information. In North Korea, there is nothing that is put out to the people that isn't put out by the government first or only. So because of the lack, like you guys were saying earlier, because of the lack of education, because of the lack of information that is there, it creates a power vacuum for the people in charge to continue to push the propaganda and to push the information that they keep wanting to push to retain that power. Unfortunately, until most of those people are gone, like the last person said, or until there's a final uprising from the people in those countries to overthrow it, it's going to be a problem to get those countries to switch, because again, the people in power will not allow it.
Yeah.
So, and it's kind of what's happening here in the States as well, is the people in, we've had a problem with the Democratic and Republican Party for decades. There has been, one of the biggest problems we have here is not just the fact that the Democratic and Republican parties are fighting each other, it's that they serve corporations in the United States. We have forgotten as a nation that the government is supposed to be for the people, by the people. And in turn, it has turned into it's for the wealthy. And the wealthy get to decide what happens. So
Agreed.
there is an argument being made by people here that also needs to change and the government needs to go back to the people.
All right, y'all. We haven't had a true op in a while, so
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna.
Are we gonna get some hatred?
Great. No, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I am back tomorrow though, at 3:30 Eastern. And depending on how it goes, you all know sometimes we go to like 9, sometimes we don't make it very far at all. So it just depends how it goes. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you all for hanging out with me, Benny. Thank you as always.
Man, it's been fun.
And Dan, it's been nice talking to you. I appreciate y'all. I will see you all again tomorrow. Bye.
Have a good night, everybody.
Goodbye. Good night.
New ways of thinking and new ways of understanding. But something like maybe you could